Dr. T's son Johnson did a story closely related to mine, but without a happy ending. He did it not long after I told him about my experience with Mia. Check this out.
Wrong person. Mr. FBA, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead and give us your thoughts about the subject and any thoughts you have about it.
Okay, well, I want to go back to the clip where the false accusations were being put out by the females. When I was 15, I got sentenced to 10 years to prison for false accusation.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
10 years?
10 years in prison. They charged me as an adult.
Wait. How old were you when you went in?
I was 15. Oh, when I went to prison, I was 17.
And so, okay. Well, I don't know what you can, talk about. I don't know if there are any limitations, but share what you can.
I was accused of child molestation.
Okay.
And what led up to that was the woman I was dating at the time. You notice I say woman. The woman I was dating at the time, we got into an altercation that got physical. There was drugs involved. And, when she got on the drugs, she kind of went a little psychotic, and me and her ended up getting into it. And when I left, I remember her saying, "That's okay, I'm going to get you." And I'll never forget, it was about maybe 2 weeks later, I was getting ready to go to school, and my mother called me to the room, and she said, "They want to see you at the city hall." So I went down there, and this is where it's messed up. Now they kicked my mother out the room, and they basically built their own case against me. I was telling them what happened, and they used my own words against me. Even though I was innocent, I was telling the truth. I did not know that would happen. I thought if I told them everything that happened, everything could be fine. But they ended up using my own words, thinking I'm proving myself innocent and telling the truth. They used that against me to say I did have those type of tendencies, or being based on my stature, that if something I could do something like that, which I never did because of the whole altercation.
So how old were both of you at that time?
At the time, she was 20 and I was 14 going on 15. Yeah, and they never said nothing about the age difference at all, even though she was older than me. They never brought it up.
Hey, so you're saying the physical altercation happened. She threatened you, said she was going to get back at you.
Mm-hmm.
She accused you
of molesting her daughter.
And how old was her daughter?
Her daughter was 6 at the time.
What did the woman specifically say? What did she accuse you? Like what was her accusation in particular?
Okay, what she said was that when we got into the altercation, that her daughter was in the room and I aggressively touched on her inappropriately. Which is, she was in the room, but I did not touch her like that.
Right.
Now I did scoop her up, but as far as that, no, I didn't do that. But that's what she told him, and then she started basically saying that I look at her daughter funny, that she's caught glimpses of me, inappropriate touching, and just a whole bunch of accusations that were not true.
Wow.
And you're saying the accusation was while she was in the room with you?
That's the fight is what started off, but basically she painted a picture like this was something that I've been doing. I've been doing over time. Now, if we've been together this whole time,
right?
Why didn't you never bring that up?
Right. That's one way.
And go ahead.
No, I said that's one way to put it. Go ahead.
And man, how easy it is to get in that situation. A lot of people don't know. It's easy. So easy.
Right.
For a woman to put that on you, and it's so hard to get off. And I mean hard. But it's so easy to put it on you.
But you know, brother, on this show, we've had men who will say when they're getting divorces, the mothers of the children. Well, I'm talking about they're married, right? And that they're
Mm-hmm.
actual ex-wives or soon to be ex-wives. In order to get an upper hand in the divorce in terms of child custody and things like that, they will actually make these same kind of accusations. So it is very much prevalent.
Yeah. Sometimes with the lawyer suggesting they make the accusation just to use it strategically in court to get custody. But if you're 14, 15 years old and you're dealing with a legal adult,
Mm-hmm.
and they're actually actively, acting on an accusation with no evidence. I mean, what did they ask? Did they ask her to provide anything?
Not no, evidence. No, they asked the only thing they had was verbal that she confirmed that I did that.
Okay.
So I have a question. My bad for interrupting. So were the woman you were dating? She was an adult.
Mm-hmm. She was 20 at the time.
And you were 15.
I was 14, going on 15.
Yeah. So what did they say about your age versus her age?
They did not mention that at all. They didn't say nothing about that, and I mean nothing. They didn't even bring it up.
Yeah, I think she used it to deflect what was going on. She was a drug user.
Yeah,
and if that happened, like the fist fight, and it goes to court, like, hey, why are you messing with a 14, 15-year-old kid?
Damn.
I took the plea deal. I didn't even have try. They had me so scared. I just took the plea deal, and I don't.
This is typical of how. I mean, I just saw online just yesterday a woman was saying she saw a baby sleeping and says, "Oh, he's dreaming of going to jail." I mean, this is what's programmed into them. They know that they can use the system against us. I mean, even look at Bell Hooks. We know that she commented, she wrote about the Central Park Five. They ended up being not guilty, and she wrote all this scathing commentary about them, like these were menaces and these were boogeymen at teenagers. So this is common. So yeah, your situation is very much common. With black men.
Man, let me tell y'all something too, man. And this hurt my heart.
Mr. FBA, I'm gonna let you close out because I want to get to the last caller, but you got me stupefied. But go ahead, go ahead.
Man, let me tell y'all something, man. And I've been fighting. I'm holding back tears because I don't tell it like this. But you want to know what happened to the woman?
What happened?
Nothing. That woman walking around free right now, free as a bird with no suffering, man. She sleep every night knowing that she put an innocent black man behind bars for 10 years, an innocent teenager. Nothing happened to her. Nothing.
See, and you're hitting on exactly what tonight's show is about. She knew she could do that. She knew that she was more likely to be believed than you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If the situation were reversed and you had a little kid and you accused her of molestation, do you think that the authorities would have taken you as seriously?
No.
Right.
Hell no. They would have locked him up for being with a 14 or 15-year-old.
Oh, yeah. No question. We didn't even get to that. You're absolutely right, Ian. He wouldn't have been able to finish the accusation before he'd have been locked up.
This is a similar situation that I faced with both of my exes as they tried to frame me for stuff they knew I didn't do. My defense was to ask them, okay, if I'm supposedly guilty of this stuff, what did I do? When did I do it? Who'd you tell? In other words, who knew and what happened afterwards? That would force them to put a timestamp on any of their lies about me because they wouldn't be able to come up with anything else after they answered this question. And since they didn't have any evidence, they basically couldn't say anything without, creating original new lies against me, which would not hold up when scrutinized. So that's how I was able to escape their clutches proactively by going on the offense once I realized that the plight faced by this brother was the exact same thing that they were trying to do to me. I thank God that I had the intuition to be proactive in this case instead of doing what everyone else told me to do, and that's just wait and see what they do and then choose my response. What I told them is that if I waited to respond to what they did, I'd be behind bars and unable to do the research to clear my name. By going on offense, now they are the ones who have to defend themselves from perjury and can't do anything to hurt me in the future without being incriminated themselves because they telegraphed their intentions. And I caught them. I wish this brother well. And thank you for what you do, Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. You are a hero to many of us. God bless you. Peace.